Hey, you guys. So I'm going to be working overtime to make up for the time that I missed when I went on a brief break. And in today's video, I want to discuss some comments that was made by Jordyn Woods recently where she went on a trip to Nigeria. She made some comments about her basically getting her N-word wake-up call, okay? And I want to elaborate more on this and why this is a cautionary tale for other Black women. So if you're interested in what it is that she had to say, please stay tuned for the rest of this video. StraightBlackLove.com is dedicated to matching up Black singles. Best of all, they are international. Go take a look for yourself and go create a free profile today at straightblacklove.com. This video is sponsored by Car Marshall. They have over 100,000 cars in their inventory. While you shop, they will negotiate for you. I'll provide the link for you to go click and search for your new vehicle today. HYGIENE.com, whether you need incense, personal hygiene products, candles, car fresheners, HYGIENE is your go-to. Please visit HYGIENE.com, use Paris Milan at checkout to receive 15% off. This video is also sponsored by Soulfully Scented LV. They are a Black-owned hair care line that has very affordable and potent products, and they also have a physical store located in Las Vegas, Nevada on 1210 West Owen Avenue. Be sure to go and support the online store as well as the physical store today. So I'm just going to do a brief refresher on this entire situation. Jada and her husband Will were very close friends with Jordyn Woods' father, who was a sound engineer, and unfortunately he did pass away, and their kids would play often, and Jordyn and Jada and Will's son Jaden became very close. Jaden is best friends with Kylie Jenner, and as a result, Jordyn became best friends with Kylie Jenner as well. Fast forward to more recently, there were reports that came out that Tristan, who was dating Chloe, and they also have a child, I guess, named True, and there were reports that came out that Tristan cheated on Chloe with Jordyn, and so Jordyn had to do damage control, and she went on to the Red Table Talk with Jada to give her side of what happened, and she went on to say that it was just a kiss. She did not go anything further than that. Chloe reacted to it, saying that she did break up her family, but it actually came out that they weren't even together. So how could somebody break up something that was already broken? Of course, a lot of Black people were Team Jordyn because it's like the Kardashians and the Jenner family have a history of dating their best friends' men. I mean, when you look at Kylie Jenner, it happened with the Black woman named Justine Skye, where she was dating Travis Scott at one point, then Kylie started dating him and had a baby by him. The same thing happened with Chloe several times with Trina, where Trina dated French Montana, she dated James Harden, and there were also reports that Tristan was with another woman who was also pregnant, and then Chloe started dating him. So this family has a history of swapping men. So it's like, how can you hold Jordyn to a higher standard of upholding the friend code when you guys are no Black woman's friends? Now, after Jordyn went on Red Table Talk, she took a break. I did see that she was still posting photos on social media, but she hadn't made any public statements until recently. And it appeared as if everything was all good because there are reports that she has a cosmetic line. I think it's eyelashes, and they said it was selling pretty well. But I also saw the gutter ways of people where they were making t-shirts about her on Red Table Talk, and her mother was speaking out about this, how people were trying to really profit off of this. But meanwhile, I guess Jordyn, from what she's saying, is that her family has been completely harassed and bullied as well as herself. So recently she did go to Nigeria to celebrate Easter with her family, and she did speak out about her experience with this whole Kardashian ordeal, because we all know that anytime it's a Black woman going up against a white woman, the world will crucify you even if that white woman is wrong. So here's what Jordyn had to say about the situation. She said, "My little sister was bullied in school, and I wanted to show her that I was bullied by the world." And she also went on to say, "I understood for the first time what it's like being a Black woman in a just society, how we can be so disrespected and nobody can really understand to that extent until you have lived it." I feel like you can read what Jordyn had to say in two ways. I think that what she is speaking about is, now this is just my conjecture here, but I feel like what she's speaking about is the privilege that's associated with being a lighter skinned Black woman, and that's just a reality. Like, I feel like a lighter skinned Black woman's experience of being a Black woman is different than that of a darker skinned Black woman, where they are afforded more privileges. They're aware of this. I mean, we're not going to play these games where it's like, oh no, we're all Black. No, there's a difference in treatment. And so for her to have to get the brunt end of the stick from the freaking world, I'm sure people were threatening her, threatening her family, and it was like, typically any man that she wanted, she could probably get them anything in this world. They were probably just handing it over to her, of course, because she was connected to some of the most powerful women in the world, unfortunately, but also because of her phenotype. She's a lighter skinned Black woman, and in this world that comes along with a lot of perks. But when you F up and you go against the world's sweetheart, which is these white women, they will destroy you. And they don't care that these Kardashians have done this to other Black women. They don't care how many homes that they've wrecked. All they are going to look at is, how dare you as a Black woman who is supposed to be be at the bottom of the totem pole in comparison to a white woman. How dare you stoop as low as they have and try to take one of their men, and now the tables are turned in which these men want you. I'm sure it made the Kardashians want to seek vengeance against her, because it's like, wait a minute, no, only we're supposed to be the ones that wreck the homes of Black women. The reverse is never supposed to happen. That's kind of how I view what it is that she said, but I also think she feels as if she never had to be on the receiving end of backlash where the world doesn't believe you, where everybody wants you to lose, where everybody is disrespecting you, degrading you for the sake of you being a Black woman. This is something that I've been talking about a long time, in which you guys don't believe me when I say everything is about race. And this very situation was highly racialized because it's a Black woman dealing with another race of woman's man. And really, he wasn't even her man because they were never married. You were just a baby moms, nothing more, nothing less. And Jordyn owed you no loyalty. Tristan owed you commitment and loyalty. So for you to act like Jordyn committed this cardinal sin when you've been doing this to other women is just delusional to me. It's a cautionary tale to Black women, whether you are dark or light or whatever. Every single time that you make it a point to surround yourself with non-Black women, danger is always going to ensue. And to be fair, there are some cutthroat Black women that you need to be careful of, but you can turn to the law against her. But when you are a Black woman trying to use the law against a non-Black woman, the odds are really not in your favor. Throughout history, white women have played a major component in this system of white supremacy, and as a result, they have used many different coalitions in order to deceive Black women. I mean, we see it with the feminist movement, how they use Black women to further their own agendas, and Black women still have not been liberated. And you even see currently with the whole Me Too movement, how they've used Black women, they hijacked the movement from a Black woman, and now the movement is being used to make Black men the face of rape. If you know the history of Black women and non-Black women, and more specifically white women, and how they have always made Black women the sacrificial lamb, and we are basically like their pack mules. They have always made us carry their issues, and we neglect our own, and in the long run we end up getting burned. And I've played tennis for many years, so I've been around white girls, white women, and I know how sadistic some of them can be. And it's sad because so many times when we feel as though we let our guard down and well, they're the cool white girls that's invited to the cookout, they will use their privilege against you every effing time. Anytime that there is a situation in which you have to face them head on as a Black woman just in general, they will ensure that you take that L. And that's exactly what happened to Jordyn, and that's exactly what happened in many other situations. Just look at Malia Obama. I remember a few years back, there were constantly these photos of Malia and these videos being shown of her dancing and just being a teenager. And one photo in particular, this white girl who was her friend was outed for taking a picture of her either smoking weed or a cigarette and selling it to one of these blogs for a nice chunk of change. And I know that Malia is in the political world because of her father, so she's probably around a lot of non-Blacks, but it's like, how many different times that these girls have to cash in on checks for you to realize that you need to switch up your circle? And let's even look at Tamla Horsford. I made a video about her, and you guys can go check it out on my channel. And she was a football mom. She had 6 kids. She was married, and she went to this sleepover with all white women, and unfortunately some of their husbands started to show up. And also it was just weird because everybody was leaving, and it's like, if it's a sleepover, why are people leaving? She was the only Black woman there, and out of all the white women that were there and the white men, she was the only one that just happened to die. And it's like, every time that we are around them, these accidents just happen. And even when we have to encounter them in the workplace or being roommates with them in college, look at what happened with Jazzy and Brianna Brochu. They both were attending the University of Hartford. She had a white roommate, and this white roommate was poisoning her. She was putting moldy clam dip in her coconut oil, putting used tampons that she used to wipe it on her backpack. She was dipping her toothbrush in the toilet. She was dipping her spoons and other utensils in poisonous items, and got virtually no time at all. She got a slap on the wrist, and it just makes me wonder, like, why are Black women so comfortable around non-Black women when time after time they have shown us relentlessly that they hate us? They may befriend you, they may like the new dance moves that you do, they may like your hair, they may like your style, they may like your culture, but do they like you deep at their core? No. I'm sure they tell their people not to put their full trust in us. They just won't tell you this to your face. So, you know, it's unfortunate that Jordyn had to get her wake-up call in this way, but I'm glad that she got it at 21. But from some of these photos that I'm seeing, I'm not really sure she fully learned her lesson, because it still looks like she's hanging around these girls. And I also saw where she says she still loves Kylie after this whole ordeal, but you haven't heard Kylie make a peep about her. So, you know, I guess I get it. She still has learning to do. And again, you can hang around any other race of people that you want to. All I'm saying is that you need to be wise and do not put your full trust in them, because if you do, you are going to be the one that is going to be blindsided. So anyways, you guys, let me know what you feel about her comments about her feeling like a Black woman for the first time. Do you feel as though she will learn her lesson? Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!